Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to all. Welcome to English online class. Today, sir, I am going to. There is prose, poem, and supplementary reader also is there. But today, I am going to teach you a beautiful poem. The title name is The Spider and the Fly. The Spider and the Fly. The poem, it was written by the lady writer Mary Botham Howitt. It's a British born writer. Okay, my dear children, please take our textbook. Let us see the page number 102. 102 in the textbook, page number 102. See the page number and also read the poem. So from this area, nearly 15 marks they will ask examination point of view. So the poem paragraph 5 marks, poetic devices 5 marks, and poetic appreciation question also 5 marks. So nearly 15 marks from this area. So side by side you have to learn and listen the videos. So we can get without fail nearly 15 marks from this area. Already we have learned 3 units. We completed 3 units. So this week we are going to learn again 4th unit. The poem, the title name is The Spider and the Fly. It was written by Mary Botham Howitt. Was born on 12th March in 1799 and she was died on 30th January and 1888. Was an English poet. She was born at Colifort in Gloucestershire. It was in Italy. Italy nearly Rome. Their Cood house is now known house place. Mary Botham was educated at home alone and read widely. She commenced writing verses at a very early age. At very early age, she had to practice and eagerly and very early age. Then she married William Howitt and began a career of joint authorship with him. Together with her husband, she wrote over 180 books. Nearly how many books she had written? 180 books. Their literary productions at first consist of chiefly of poetical and other contributions to annual and periodical, which a selection was published in 1827 under the title, the famous collection was published in 1827 under the title of The Desolation of Yam and Other Poems. This is the title name, The Desolation of Yam and Other Poems. And followed William and Mary mixed with many important literary figures of the day, including the famous writer, famous writer, Charles Dickens, Elizabeth Gaskell, and Elizabeth Barrett Browning. These 3 writers are very famous in British people. The same thing. On moving to Easter in 1837, she commenced writing her well-known tales of children only. A long series of books which meet with signal success. Mary Howitt has double fame in the realm of children's literature. She was the first English translator of Hans Christian Andersen also. And so she was the first English translator. She was first English translator. She was first translator. The same thing, the name, the children name and her parent name also is given here. See, my dear students, see the page number 102, the textbook. Open the textbook. The poetic line is given there. Nearly 7 stanzas the poem has. The poem has nearly 7 stanzas. The title name is The Spider and the Fly. The Spider and the Fly is a poem by Mary Howitt, published in 1828. Remember children, when was published this poem? 1828. 1828. This is the funny little serious piece in the vein of the spider sense. The vein of the spider sense. The poem takes us through a spider's ultimately successful attempts in enticing a fly into its web. Now, if only that fly would have kept listening her spider sense, it would have been safe and not have been pollen's prey. This is an important thing in this poem. The main characters are in the poem: the spider, the fly, and the narrator. Who is the narrator here? The writer. Who is the writer? What is the name of? Mary Howitt. So nearly 3 characters in this poem: the spider, the fly, and the narrator. Okay, see the first stanza. Children, in the first stanza, will you walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. This is the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is of a winding style, and I have many curious things to show when you are there. Oh no, no, said the little fly. To ask me is in vain, for who goes of your winding stair can never come down again. Come down again. The same thing the spider said to the fly, and the fly said to the spider. Am I right or not? Yes, here. Once there was a spider who wove a web to attract its food. Am I right? Why the spider is spinning its web? Because which wants to get food. That's why the spider is spinning its web. Am I right or not? There was a spider who wove a web to attract its food. A fly was passing by, and the spider decided to trap the fly. The spider called its web the parlor of any usual house to ask if fly would like to come inside the parlor. The spider compared to the web home, like home. It is a most beautiful parlor. Remember children, what is mean by parlor? You know the meaning of parlor? Parlor means it's nothing but a tidy room in a house used for an entertaining guest. Entertaining guest. Am I right or not? It is a tiny room. It is entertaining guest room. And prettiest, what is meant prettiest? It's a very most beautiful thing. And spy, S-P-Y, spy. What is meant by spy? Spy means we know about it all. This is a familiar word. Spy means is nothing but a person who gets secret things from others. Getting information from others. Secret information from others. That is called spy. Then, here the spider and the fly. Here, spider said to fly, and again the fly said to the spider. In the first stanza, the spider pursued a fly with charming invitation into his home. Yet, this sociable child is edged with a sense of the mistrust, a sense of danger that comes with these 2 characters. One is the spider, another is the fly. The being natural protector and prey. Prey means nothing but the food. The spider's food. Now the spider needs the fly because the spider would like to eat the fly. The spider describes his father as the prettiest little polar that ever you did spy. The act of spying is to watch something secretly. We share secrets and confidence with our closed ones. Am I right? Inviting the fly to spy into a bird. The spider is trying to send the message that consists to flew close. The spider portrays his home and mysterious wonderful place. And again, in the first stanza, the more details are added. The fly curiosity. The spider makes curiosities to the fly. The fly want to enter into the spider house. The parlor may be reached through a winding stair and is filled with many pretty things. Pretty means wonderful things. Again, oh no. In the first stanza, again the 5th and 6th and 7th line, here the fly replied, thankful. The fly voicefully sees through the spider's deviousness. She knows. See, here she refers the word, the fly. Who goes through the winding stairs into the home, never come out. It implies she is aware that the spider has eaten his previous ghost. This is one extended invitation she shouldn't be accepting. She clearly declines telling the spider that to ask home in vain are useless. You know the word vain, V-A-I-N. Vain means, what does it mean by vain? Vain means it's nothing but useless. Here the fly replied to the spider. What replied? It is useless, you are inviting me. You know about it one thing? Because unknowingly entered into the spider webs. What happened next? Immediately the fly is going to die. Because the attractive words from the spider. Please come, please go, like that. There is a proverb also there. All that glitters is not gold. And appearance are deceptive. This proverb is adopted here in this poem. In the first stanza, the poet clearly explained how the spider invites the fly. But in the first stanza, the spider invites the fly, but she refused. Here she refers the word the fly. The fly refused to come inside. No. Like that, she said single words, vain. What is mean by vain? V-A-I-N, vain. Vain means is nothing but, vain means useless. Am I right or not? Okay. Dear children, see the second stanza. I am sure you must be weird, dear, with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to fly. Am I right or not? Then there are pretty curtains drawn around. The seats are fine and thin, and if you like to rest a while, I shall strongly tuck you in. Here the word S-N-U-G-L-Y, tuck you. What is meant by? That means comfortable and protect. comfortable and protect. The word, the meaning. Here the word refers to comfortable and protect. And one more word, tuck. T-U-C-K. Tuck means it's nothing but in a quiet place. They mean looking neatly. It's called tuck. And remaining things, oh no, immediately the fly replied, oh no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, they never wake again who sleep on your bed. Here in the second stanza, again the fly replied immediately, no, like that it is replied. See here, the second stanza, the spider has keeping a close eye on the fly. He tries a different track of his next move. This is the time spider feels concern. Then, posing as a symptomizing, the spider pretends to the first over his try to fly. That must be here. I am sure you must be weary, dear, he said. I said, you know that you are weary, dear. The spider said to the fly. Then he goes so far as that personally offer her respite from the day activities. The cunning villain also adds a subtle dose of the flattery. Soaring up so high is how describes the fly's flight. He hopes the fly will be lower. Her goddess, she feels that she has a kindly shoulder to lean on. He temptingly offers prospect of little rest in offering water, thirsty like traveler. A cozy little bed with light seats to rest on. Here these words fully the spider words. The speaker is the spider. And the listener the fly. What happened next? He immediately refused to it. Then a quiet place with the pretty curtains drawn around to make cool of dark. To an exhaust, a person this would be bills. And sangly talks. What is it meant by sangly here? Very comfortable and protected areas. This means to ensure the comfortable snows by securing to bed seats closely around oneself. While we are suffering cold or fever, what happens next? Immediately we are going to take a bed seat covering ourselves around. Like that here, he said. And interestingly, the fine and thin seeds bring mine like the chilly cobweb. If the spider tasked to fly into this bed, she could find herself a permanent slumber. Then again, immediately the fly replied the spider. Perhaps the spider tried too hard when he proposed to personally task to fly in. But there is a vain result only the spider got. Weary or not, the fly is still alert to perils of falling. The spider's flattery. Spider's flattery. Here, flattering means it's nothing but complained intensely. I mean to prize, falsely prize. A person who prizes another one important thing, false mood. Then she turns him down on his own offer, remarking that everyone knows of the spider's dispute of the host. As he hears, no one who goes for a sleepover at the spider's ever was. Her refusal is not just based on her own observations now here. The fly's observation. This time, she is even more firm. in addition to her? Oh, no, no. Not her. Repetition of never, never, never. The next. For emphasizing, they never, never wake again. Who sleep up your bed? Suppose I am coming to your house while I am sleeping on the bed, and who comes and wake up again? No, no, the fly birds. The flies birds. She replied. Here the word she refers to is nothing but she refers to the word the fly. She refers to the word the fly. In the first stanza and the second stanza also. However, the spider. So interestingly, he has spoken to the fly. I mean, all that glitters is not gold. Like that. You can let it my home. I will give you many things to you. Just you come and enjoy it. But cunningly the spider called the fly. These things fully noticed by the spider and the fly. The fly knows that suppose once we entered into the house, what will happen next? So now the spider needs food. That's why he has falsely priced the fly. So, however, let into his home. But here the fly replied in the first two stanzas. What replied? What does she reply? She replies, oh, no, no, no. Am I right or not? So, to ask me in vain, vain. Vain means is nothing but useless. Vain means is nothing but useless. My dear children, totally 7 stanzas are there. So now, sir, I have completed just author introduction and short question areas, and the first 2 stanzas we have completed now. So remaining we have 5 stanzas are there. We will discuss another class. In meantime, these 2 stanzas and about author you have to learn thoroughly. Remaining things we will discuss later. Thank you, my dear children. Thank you. Sir, I will meet you another class. Thank you. Thank you very much.